studied in England. I got a doctorate in England, which I financed myself. And I did neurophysiology there on brain functions. And my research had to do with how you regenerate the brain after brain damage. Because basically literature is saying that neurons do not regenerate. Actually, we see regeneration. And there is certain ways we can achieve that through growth factors and nerve growth factors and other modalities. And hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Then I was looking for an understanding of how things happen, how we perceive things, for example. How do we see this room? And if you try to look at neurophysiology concepts, they don't really add up to give you this whole perception. So there's something was missing. So I went to United States because most of the research on these growth factors was done in the United States. So I arrived in San Francisco with a suitcase and no money. And I stayed I went to Berkeley, started working as an assistant, a research assistant. And then I thought, this is people talk too much. And I didn't like San Francisco. I said, let me go to New York. So somebody said, you need to go to New York. So I went to New York, and that's when I went into a Gestalt school, and I got a second degree in clinical psych, but from a Gestalt point. Gestalt is more than the sum of the parts. So what is beauty is a Gestalt, because you cannot analyze beauty. What is personality is a Gestalt. You cannot analyze personality, okay? You can say this and this and that, but you cannot really analyze it. So there is what we see here, this image that you see is a Gestalt, because your neurons are collecting different things, shadows and colors, and all that is put together, and then something emerges that is more than the sum of the parts. That is extremely, extremely important. What is anti-aging is a Gestalt, but it depends on health. Anti-aging cannot exist without health. The health status does anti-aging. It gets you back in time, okay? You want your body to be younger, to think younger, and behave younger, okay? And this is what we do with this technology. Basically, we reshape your lifestyle so you are younger. And by doing that, we are working your body to identify its deficiencies. Because if somebody is, say, obese, right, and they just sit all day, okay, then they don't know what they need. And all of a sudden the machine comes and says, here, now you're exercising, now you are a healthy person, which you're not, but this is what the machine does for you. It changes your entire, how your brain works, how your body works. And from then on, the body can take on and continue.
Your first study, the second, you studied Gestalt in New York University.
Mm-hmm.
But how is that different from your study in the UK? What is that?
One
how
is
does that two come together?
Okay. One is neurophysiology, and neurophysiology is like bottom up. Okay,
yeah.
So you start from the detail and you put all the details and you reach a level. And what you see is that you hit a ceiling that you cannot go higher than that. You cannot explain it because you put all the parts together and you go, okay, well now still I don't know what is, a person is a Gestalt. That's why you cannot go back in time. Gestalts cannot be taken apart. So a person is a Gestalt. You put something together and you go, okay, now what? You need that concept of Gestalt to bring everything into to conceptualize that what you see around you, the feelings that you have are all Gestalts. Your whole body, the way it functions is a Gestalt, okay? So the problem with that is that if one thing goes wrong in your body, then about 20 things go wrong, 100 things go wrong, 1,000 things go wrong. So it's like a domino effect. If the chain breaks, if a chain is broken, is in the pathways, in the signaling pathways, it's all, it all falls apart, okay? So what you want to do is this technology starts putting back together, things together, what it does, and you'll see it further down in pictures and everything so you understand better. But in a nutshell, what it does, it sends a signal. It took Jerry Pollock about 27 years to put that signal together out of different waveforms, putting them together, different frequencies, different amplitudes, different voltage levels, putting them all together to create this waveform, which is a gestalt again. And he made a formula. And for 22 years, I've been working on upgrading this formula. So it basically starts something, gives the signal travels to the brain because it's a central nervous system signal. And just so you know, only one signal can do. There is only one correct answer and billions of wrong ones. That's why this is so important to know what you have to design to hit that system. Once the system accepts the signal will travel to the brain. If it goes to the brain starts behaving as if you're exercising, as if you're a healthy person, as if you have been exercising all your life, which is not true, okay? But it sort of gets into that mode because it's such a powerful signal. It keeps coming and coming and coming. So one treatment is like 3 months in the gym, 2 or 3 months in the gym, depending on how long you would spend in the gym and depending on people. If you're an athlete, of course, it's much, much less for athletes, yeah? But for some people like us that we don't go to the gym, that we work all day, it's a very powerful workout. So your whole body starts changing.
Xanya, I knew through the A4M conferences, most of the A4M doctors, they talk about nutrition mostly.
Yeah.
Hormones and all that. But you are using quite a different approach.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what in A4M, for example, in IPCAS and Euromedicum, the hormones became they understood that hormones are important, that are vital. If your hormones are disorganized or they're not balanced, then your whole life is disorganized. You know, your whole body is disorganized. And your life, you're more irritable, you're tired, you don't feel like doing anything, your libido is low, your energy is low, and so on and so forth. So they took the hormones, they started injecting them, okay? The problem with injecting hormones is it doesn't matter how much you have. It matters if what you have has a signal and communicates and integrates with all the other signals in the brain to make the gestalt of hormonal balance. You understand? So just injecting hormones or doing things like doing one thing is not going to change anything. You understand me? Why? Because the body will, like you have something that is called hyperleptinemia. That means you have too much leptin. Leptin is when it stops you from eating, right? You have too much of it, and these people are obese, and they're always hungry. What's wrong with this story, right? Why? Because that leptin does not have a signal. It just sits there. So it's not what you put stem cells. They put stem cells in your body. It doesn't mean if these stem cells do not differentiate, then nothing happens. They're going to become tumors. They're going to sit there and accumulate. We call it differentiate. The stem cells have to become like eye or nose or skin or whatever you want to plan to do it, right? It's the same thing with hormones. It doesn't mean that because you injected the hormone, this person is going to be hormonally balanced. What we do is we give the signal so the brain releases the hormone, balances them. That's huge. It's the body that releases the fat from the fat cells, which means that they also have stem cells. The fat has stem cells, right? So these stem cells will gonna go and repair the organs. This is very different than using a laser that kind of breaks the cell. Good luck. It's a very it happens through your brain. It's the wisdom of the body. Our bodies are more wise than us. And we want to trigger this wisdom of the body. We want to trigger this body intelligence. And this is what the machine does. It triggers your body's intelligence. Okay? Any questions so far? Everybody with me? Okay, so let's move. So that's to say, wakens the body to identify this deficiency and repair them for fitness and health, right? Reduces hunger. Why? Because it balances your hormones, right?